Good afternoon, Hobo Nation. Welcome to Sunburn City. It's the HWA House Show, Season 1, Episode 17. Looking forward to calling the action tonight because we have one hell of a card for you. So forget the hype. We're going to keep the action moving. A grudge match. We start the day off with a grudge match, and we all know what's been happening between the number one contender, Jeff Morrell, and Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens and he had two fantastic clashes of titans in the past 2 weeks. Both times, Jeff Morrell has made Kevin Owens tap out. And the last time, injuring Kevin Owens, and of course, KO's best buddy, Sami Zayne, stepping up to the plate, and he'll be facing the Reaper one-on-one in a grudge match. And then, secondly, we have some of the best women competitors in the HWA. Jenny Blake making her debut here in the HWA, and she drew none other than the mistress, Alexa Bliss, with her sidekick Mickie James, which I could do without, but that hooker's going to be there, and we're just all going to have to suck it up and deal with it. Good luck to Jenny Blake on her debut here in the HWA. And third up, Hobo Nation. A little incident occurred last night behind the scenes here. Rybak challenged CM Punk one-on-one today in an Extreme Rules match for the HWA Hardcore Championship, and Punk was more than happy to oblige. We'll be seeing that as the tertiary match of the night. The Hardcore title up for grabs, and then our main event proves to be epic when this clash of titans happens here in the HWA. The Hart Foundation, winners of the very first HWA Dusty Rhodes Classic. They're going to go one-on-one with the New Day, Kofi Kingston, Big E, with Xavier Woods at ringside. This is going to be a clash of titans, and I'm looking forward to it. So forget the hype. Let's keep the action moving. Jeff Morrell, Sami Zayn, up next. This has been an epic rivalry, building and building and building, and it all started because Kevin Owens went to shake Jeff Morrell's hand before their first match and decided to sucker punch the Reaper instead, and that just has escalated into two matches. Kevin Owens down 2-0 against the Reaper, now injured and sidelined for a bit with a sprained ankle and a bruised ego, no doubt. So what did we get? We got Sami Zayn, the Ginger Ninja, coming up against the Reaper, Jeff Morrell, the number one contender to the HWA World Twitch TV title. Looking forward to that match against Eddie Guerrero, supposedly coming up soon against at Bash at the Beach, April 7th, 2018, the night before WrestleMania. We're going to do our little Bash at the Beach. But enough of the hype. Let's keep the action moving. Morrell and Zayne. And we're going to, right off the top, here's the bell, and action. Jeff Morrell, a leaping clothesline, taking Sami Zayn completely by surprise, and an elbow to the bridge of the nose, it seemed. I thought he broke Sami's nose there, and a neck wrench. Jeff Morrell, never short of moves, never short of aggression, and Sami Zayn's going to have to pick up the pace. This is a different kind of opponent than he's used to facing here in the HWA, and there's no way that Kevin Owens is going to be any more useful than a distraction, and Zayne now getting some time bought for him by KO. But Morrell knows what's going on, and he dodges that clothesline, and coming up with a big clothesline of his own on Sami Zayn. Zayne not able to mount much offense, just as those words escape my lips. A jawbreaker by Owens, but the power of Morrell too much for Zayne as he shoves him down and drops a heavy elbow. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn have been floundering here in the HWA. They formed a tag team in Zayne, and they're not doing so hot. I think they're in last place right now. They've only been able to rack up one win so far, and I think that was a disqualification. Actually, I'm pretty sure it was a disqualification. So they're not doing so good in the tag team division. Also floundering in the singles ranks as Kevin Owens has racked up several big losses in the past few weeks on our house shows. And Sami Zayn is up there, and Jeff Morrell coming up with a big superplex off the top rope on Sami Zayn. Will that be all she wrote for Zayn? Two, nope, just 1 1/4, and Zayn showing determination, kicking out of a rockin' superplex and another hard shot to the top of the head. Jeff Morrell, the Reaper, not short of aggression here against Sami Zayn. Jeff Morrell winning the #1 contender, well, winning a tournament and then defeating the Flash, which was the winner of the Royal Rumble, to gain the #1 contender spot. And since winning that match, Morrell has been undefeated. And a DDT here, and it's because of big moves like that that Jeff Morrell is still undefeated, and the chair finds its way in here. Oh no, he's gonna go for it. He's gonna go for it. Oh, that big elbow. There's that clubbing elbow smash. And the ref distracted by Kevin Owens here. The ref distracted by Kevin Owens, and Jeff Morrell just going to inflict more damage on Sami Zayn, draping him across the top rope. And the ref, for some reason, his peripheral vision must be blurry because he can't see that freaking chair. And a hard Irish whip into the corner, and Sami Zayn coming out with a huge move there and a nice Samoan driver to Jeff Morrell. Sami Zayn finally able to mount a bit of offense, and I think the ref scooted that chair out of there. Oh, he hit him with the... Oh, he hit it! He hit it with the Blue Thunder power bomb. What's Sami Zayn going to go for here? Morrell up real quick with that Blue Thunder, and that face first move. It's a submission style move here from Sami Zayn, but Morrell just too powerful. Just too powerful, and being able to power out of there. And Morrell, I don't know what he did. I think he fell. Looked like he tripped and got dizzy. And now Zayn falls on the outside. Morrell following him down to the floor. A stomp to the face. Jeff Morrell, the Reaper, coming up quick in the HWA. Some people think he's not ready to be the Twitch TV champion. But according to my monitor here, Hobo Nation, you're wrong. Jeff Morrell taking out the top competitors here in the HWA, taking on all comers, even putting his HWA #1 contendership on the line recently. Coming up victorious, of course, against one Kevin Owens. And Zayn now with that wristlock takedown, stomping to the swell of the back of Morrell. Zayn missing that senton, not coming up at all. And now Zayn trying to recoup quick, throwing Morrell on the apron. Oh, and he stunned him across the top rope, and Morrell falling to the floor. A hard shot there by Sami Zayn. He picked up the aggression here. Wasn't expecting that from the gingerbread man, but hey, what do I know? Morrell coming up with a lariat on the outside. A thundering lariat on the outside, and Jeff Morrell rocking Sami Zayn. Holy shiitake mushrooms, Hobo Nation. And right now, the aggression is up to level 10, and the ref's count is up to number 5. Wow, that's a slow 5. Oh, headbutts. Just headbutting the hell out of Sami Zayn and throwing him into the post there, and Sami reversing it, clipping Morrell, and a head scissor takedown on the outside. A head scissor takedown on the outside. Sami Zayn coming up big against the Reaper now, breaking the ref's count. And watch out with Kevin Owens there. And Owens might get his buddy disqualified if he's not careful. Another loss here will not help their cause. Sami Zayn needs to defeat the Reaper here, but Sami Zayn now mounting fantastic offense against Jeff Morrell. Jeff Morrell seems a little bit rocked, but able to counter into that DDT. A hard DDT by the Reaper. And now KO on the top, and Morrell trying to keep his composure, trying not to attack Kevin Owens. And Owens now playing the distraction, but an elbow. Oh, there he goes, the demoralizer bomb. The demoralizing bomb on Sami Zayn. Wow, what a move. And Kevin Owens is distracting the referee again. Somebody get that honky out of here. And Jeff Morrell is doing the bane of my existence, which is showboating. Why are you showboating Jeff Morrell? Oh, what's Morrell going to do here? He's letting Zayne come to his feet. And Morrell going for a second demoralizer. A second demoralizer. He's going for the cover here. And Kevin Owens again on the apron. He's got Sami beat here. And you know, Morrell is just not even paying attention to him. On arm drag takedown. Zayne the wherewithal. Oh no, a DDT. A reverse DDT, and the ref is tossing Kevin Owens out of ringside. Kevin Owens has been tossed from ringside by the ref, but his two distractions have saved Sami Zayn, coming up big off that middle turnbuckle with a senton. A great senton bomb. A nice showing here so far by Sami Zayn, and a hard Irish whip into the corner. And Morrell is in trouble here. Oh, look at that overhead German suplex. Sami Zayn has Morrell in a bad way here. He might have Morrell. He might have him. Is that enough to put away Jeff Morrell? 2, and Morrell kicks out at 2. And Kevin Owens not being at ringside is going to be the great equalizer in this match. Morrell now still the #1 contender to the HWA TV title, going to face Eddie Guerrero supposedly. But I don't know. That kick came up big time, and Morrell's down. 2, and Morrell able to get that shoulder up at 2, and I am shocked. But not as shocked as Sami Zayn is shocked. Coming up big with that Palua kick right in the corner and doing that ankle block DDT. That ankle breaking DDT there, and Morrell is rocked. Morrell's rocked, but able to block that move with sheer power from Sami Zayn, but Zayn interrupting that shoulder tackle with a hard Irish whip, and another big elbow from Jeff Morrell, but a gut-wrenching suplex. A gut-wrench suplex by Zayn, and Zayn now going over the top. What's he gonna do here? Morrell slow to get to his feet. Morrell needs to pick it up. He's in trouble here. And a springboard drop kick from the apron. Sami Zayn showing why he's one of the best in the world, coming up big against the Reaper here. And 1, 2, and the Reaper, Jeff Morrell, able to kick out again. Holy shiitake mushrooms, Hobo Nation. We're seeing one hell of an opener here in the HWA House Show. Season 1, Episode 17. Jeff Morrell with a belly-to-belly slam. That was a hard belly-to-belly slam. And what's he going to go for here? Oh, he looks like he's going to try a third one. He's going for a third demoralizer and a third demoralizer. Sami Zayn, a third demoralizer. No Kevin Owens to distract the ref. 2, will he get it? 3, and there's your winner, ladies and gentlemen. The Reaper, Jeff Morrell, with a third demoralizer on Sami Zayn. What a match to open it up the show here today, Hobo Nation. A big drop elbow there, and a blue thunder bomb early on in the match. And Morrell, of course, with the wherewithal and the energy still to kick out. And here's a demoralizer. That's the end of the show right there. A great move, the demoralizer slam here, coming up big. 3 big ones, and that was an impressive hook and an overhead German suplex. Sami Zayn showing that he's deceptively strong, but not strong enough to take out the Reaper here. And Jeff Morrell now holds 3 victories, 2 over Kevin Owens and 1 over Sami Zayn. And we might be able to call this a rivalry. I don't know if the boys are going to recover from that, Hobo Nation. Congratulations to the #1 contender to the HWA Twitch TV title there, the Reaper, Jeff Morrell. Up next, Hobo Nation, we got a match for you on today's house show. It's the debut of the wonderful Jenny Blake, and she's going one-on-one against Miss Alexa Bliss with that honky-looking ass hooker in the corner, Mickie James. Mickie James coming off a loss yesterday, to Trish Stratus. Congratulations to Trish Stratus. But tonight, we're going to see, can Jenny Blake knock this honky hooker Alexa Bliss down a few pegs, teach her the meaning of humility? We will find out shortly. As you can see, the bar is loading for some reason very slowly. Jenny Blake, Alexa Bliss, coming up next. Let's keep the action moving, Hobo Nation. And here we go, the debut of Jenny Blake. Jenny Blake, no, she just leapt up and stunned the holy hell out of Alexa Bliss. A great athletic move there by Blake. And Blake, this is her first official match here in the HWA, but she's no stranger to the squared circle. Big kicks there, and Bliss, what's Miss Bliss doing here? There she going for that creative rolling strange move. I don't know the name of it, so we're going to call it the creative rolling strange move. And Bliss stomping away on the debuting Jenny Blake. Jenny Blake, heard good things about this young lady. Very athletic. Oh, there you go, showing a little bit of experience there, stopping Alexa Bliss. And Bliss, her quickness will always be a problem for her competition. Nice reverse elbow smash to the jaw of Bliss. And a sit-down face buster on Jenny Blake. So far, Jenny Blake not having the best luck against Alexa Bliss, and Mickie James just out on the apron, shaking her pom-pom, staying the hell out of the match. And what is this hooker doing now on the second turnbuckle? Blake a little stunned, and a head scissor takedown from the second turnbuckle. Alexa Bliss showing why she's one of the top competitors in the HWA women's division. Blake, oh, a reverse face drop. A reverse face drop there by Jenny Blake, climbing to the second turnbuckle, and she missed that move. Alexa Bliss with the wherewithal to drop down to one knee, but Blake quick to recover with a front face lock and a snap suplex on Alexa Bliss, burying that forearm in the face, but enough only to get one. Jenny Blake now on the offensive, stomping away on Alexa Bliss. There's that arm bar. That's a painful maneuver, especially there. She's slamming the shoulder down on the mat. So far, my impression of Jenny Blake, very technical. She does have a strategy. She does have determination, but does she have what it takes? Now, sometimes that's a little bit of aggression. And that Pele kick, oh, well, that step-up Pele kick from the apron was pretty harsh. And there's a nice reversal by Jenny Blake. Oh, a super kick to the face. A super kick to the face of Alexa Bliss. A nice reversal there. It was pretty hard. I saw Bliss's head snap back, but it's not enough. It's not enough to take out Alexa Bliss. And Jenny Blake picking up the pace here on Bliss. She looks like she's setting her up for some type of maneuver. I like that neon. It's pretty cool. Nice creative drop there. No, an lariat. Oh, wow. What a lariat on Alexa Bliss. That reminds me of a clothesline from hell. One, is it enough? And no, it was not enough. Bliss up at 3.5. Hobo Nation, what a lariat by the debuting Jenny Blake. And Bliss is slow to recover, if able to recover at all. Blake still scooping up Bliss, but Bliss showing her experience here in the squared circle with that reverse DDT on Jenny Blake. Blake a bit staggered in a arm drag-ish kind of maneuver, and Bliss now setting her up for something. Kick to the midsection, and she's going for it. There's that big DDT. That's Alexa Bliss's signature DDT. Is it going to be enough? Jenny Blake down. 2. And, oh, Blake able to get the shoulder up, and that's what we need here in the HWA's women's division. More fight, more heart. Jenny Blake showing determination to win here, and Bliss now going to step up the aggression, but a leg sweep takedown, and Blake going for a quick cover. Bliss's head hit the apron pretty hard, but it's not enough to put away Alexa Bliss, and Blake on the offensive, and a standing dropkick to the back of the head of Alexa Bliss, and James now looking concerned on the apron, or on the side of the ring there, and a hard Irish whip, face first Irish whip, and Alexa Bliss in deep trouble here. And Blake now setting Bliss up off the bottom turnbuckle for a DDT. Coming up off the bottom turnbuckle with a gigantic thundering DDT, and now another giant clothesline from hell. That was an all-around closesline from hell, and Bliss is down 3. Oh no, I thought it was a 3, but it was 2 3/4 Hobo. It was 2 3/4 Hobos. Jenny Blake coming up big move after big move against Bliss. And look at that reverse suplex. It was a reverse suplex. Looked like it was a modified version of a brain buster almost. And Blake now dominating Alexa Bliss. It took her a while to get going, but it seems like once this woman gets going, it's all she wrote for her competitors. Going up top for a big move here. Oh my God, a Samoan bomb off the top. A Samoan bomb off the top. Jenny Blake, where have you been? Alexa Bliss able to come up with an arm drag and slow the tempo down after that Samoan bomb from the top. Clawing the face of Jenny Blake. And now Bliss scooping up Jenny Blake, dropping her snake eyes first onto the top turnbuckle. And Blake is a little bit rocked. I thought Bliss would have less stamina after that big maneuver off the top. And she's going for a leverage pin here. Blake able to kick out even though Bliss had her legs across the rope. And now Bliss shooting punches across the face of Jenny Blake. And Blake in a little bit of trouble after that big move. It looks like she may have taken a large amount of damage coming off the top rope for such a big move. And this reverse chinlock here, slowing Blake down. Alexa Bliss would like nothing more to keep propelling herself up the ranks of the HWA Women's Division. She's still not in the top 5, so she's not able to lay the challenge out for the women's title. But she's in the top 10. I don't remember exactly what spot it is. And oh, Blake again. She looks like she's going for that face-first DDT from the top turnbuckle. Stomping away on Bliss. I think she got all of it on that one. And Jenny Blake now picking it up. Hard right hands. And another lariat. She is just laying the smackdown on Alexa Bliss. Good Lord, what a lariat. And Bliss is hurt. And Blake dragging the woman to the middle of the ring, and the ref is down counting. Oh, and she kicked out at 3 1/4. Bliss kicks out at 3 1/4, and yeah, Blake, I'm with you on that. It looked like the referee took his sweet candy-ass time counting a 3 there, a giant stomp, and a shoulder tackle, but it's missed. And Bliss able to counter that by rolling out of the way and a swinging neck breaker. A swinging neck breaker on Blake. Bliss now calling for some shenanigans to happen, and she's going to climb onto the apron. We're going to see where Alexa Bliss is going. Up top here, Alexa Bliss up, changing her mind, stomping the woman, stomping Blake's middle, the middle of Blake's back here, going for a jog, making sure her heart rate's up, climbing to the top rope. Hobo Nation, what is this hooker going to do? And a nice body drop on Blake. This could be all she wrote. And yes, that's it. Alexa Bliss has defeated the debuting Jenny Blake. What a great performance here by Alexa Bliss, and no interference from Mickie James, and that's the shocker for me. Alexa Bliss defeating Jenny Blake in thundering fashion. And uh-oh. What's happening here? And Bliss, oh, there's no need for this. There's no need for this. You beat her clean in the middle of the ring, and Bliss stomping away on a defeated, beaten Jenny Blake. What the hell's that all about, you hooker? Jenny Blake. Oh, look at that. She is in the top 6. Alexa Bliss not in the top 5. She's number 6. But this was a great, great match here. A great performance by both women. Sorry, folks, having a little technical difficulties here. Up next, we got the HWA Hardcore title up for grabs. Rybak challenging CM Punk last night. Was a little bit of a touch-and-go situation there. Security was involved, managers were involved, other wrestlers were involved, and we're just going to see them throw it down today. Hobo Nation, I don't know about you, but I always bet on the champion, and I'm going to bet CM Punk is going to retain his hardcore title here, but you never know. It's an Extreme Rules match, anything goes, anything can happen, but Jesus Christ, look at Rybak's traps. Why? Who the hell has traps like this? Does he even have a neck? I think his head just kind of spawned forth from in between his traps, and that's what turns his head, and it doesn't turn all the way around, it just turns sideways and sideways. And he's a scary looking dude. And he's going up against the new HWA Hardcore Champion, CM Punk. Defeated Kenny Omega in a backstage brawl to take that title away from Omega, but I'm sure that's not the last we've heard of those two. But enough of the hype, let's keep the action moving. Hardcore title up next, Rybak versus CM Punk. And here we are. I can't believe we actually started it in the ring. And Rybak now already showing his physical dominance. A bulldog coming out right off the gate. And Rybak has been on a roll here in the HWA. Found his stride early on, taking all comers, holding huge victories over guys like Baron Corbin. Most recently, he defeated Scott Steiner one-on-one, and that was a rockin' show. And now here we go on the outside. Rybak knows this is an Extreme Rules match. He can do whatever he wants, and he got a sledgehammer right to the shoulder of CM Punk, and Rybak opening it up on the Hardcore Champion. Oh, can CM Punk recover from that? I don't know. That was a hard shot with a sledgehammer, and so far, this a reverse DDT on Rybak. Finally, CM Punk able to mount a bit of offense here. The Hardcore Champion taking Rybak to a vertical base, going for a snap suplex. Rybak flinging that hard kick away from CM Punk. Rybak running shoulder to shoulder against Punk, and Punk now a big hip toss there by Rybak, perfectly executed, and Punk rolling to the outside to pause the momentum of the big Rybak, a swinging neck breaker. Honestly, I don't think that's going to do too much damage because previously we were talking about the monster traps. And now DDT onto the head of Rybak. A great DDT. Nice move there by the Hardcore Champion. And a front face lock, standing Rybak up to a vertical base. And Rybak's power is coming into play here. A flapjack. That fireman's carry dropped into a flapjack, and a nice standing leg drop on the Hardcore Champion. Rybak going for a quick pin, but Punk able to kick out. CM Punk defeating Kenny Omega a few days ago for the Hardcore title, and that was one hell of a backstage brawl. He really took it to Kenny Omega, and a jawbreaker there by Punk on Rybak. I think this is officially his first title defense as Hardcore Champion, and Rybak with that power, just dragging CM Punk over the top rope, coming down with a clubbing right hand. And rights now from CM Punk on Rybak. There he is with an armbar. Armbar clothesline by CM Punk, showing his vicious streak. He's going to give it to Rybak. Rybak wants to be the Hardcore Champion. He's got to be hardcore. That was a hardcore shot to the abdomen. Rybak, a leaping neck breaker on Punk. What a surprise move from Rybak. And Rybak now giving Punk a little bit of breathing room. Not a good idea. Following him on the outside. And Punk now clubbing away. Repeated right hands on the floor to Rybak. Nice height on that knee drop, dropping it right to the top of the head, and CM Punk taking the battle to Rybak here on the outside onto the announce table. Thank God we were all evacuated because we were told what to expect, and we were like, the hell with that, let's go to the top of the ramp, and that's where we are. And what's CM Punk going to do here? He hooks the arms, a backbreaker. Oh, a butterfly backbreaker on the outside of the ring. And Punk now looking for some goodies, grabbing a baseball bat across the back of Rybak. And another shot. Rybak dodging that one, but taking one on the top of the head. And Punk now, repeated shots to the challenger. And Rybak is rocked. CM Punk rocking Rybak with that baseball bat. And this is an Extreme Rules match for the Hardcore title. Anything goes, but you do have to pin your opponent on the inside of the ring. And that might be enough after those repeated shots with the baseball bat. But Rybak showing his power. showing his will to be the hardcore champion. A hard stomp there by the current champ, CM Punk, going for a leaping swanton from the apron. Great height there by CM Punk, stomping away on Rybak. Now going for a submission maneuver here. It's an armbar camel clutch. That power of Rybak coming in with a snap mare, dragging Punk over his huge back. Punk able to kick out of that pinning combo there from Rybak. A hard shot to the chest. Rybak, like we were saying, able to defeat Scott Steiner a few house shows ago. Wanting to challenge for a title. Not eligible to challenge for any title except the hardcore title. And he said, you know what? I hate CM Punk, and I want to kick his ass. So, here we are. And that Snake Eyes on the top turnbuckle. Rybak taking it to Punk. A standing DDT. What a standing DDT. Shaking the ring with that move is Rybak with his powerful arms. And an arm drag takedown by Punk. Looked like he had a little bit of trouble there getting Rybak over. And now, going back to the outside, possibly going to grab more goodies. Can't make up his mind if he wants to use the baseball bat. Decides not to. Rybak, he's going for him. An Irish whip into the corner is Punk. Punk, that step-up knee and that pull-out clothesline. Signature moves there as CM Punk, and Rybak, a clothesline of his own. Coming up with a big clothesline of his own is the monster Rybak. Rocking the hardcore champion, a scoop-up fireman's carry into a Samoan bomb. And Rybak's got Punk rocked here. One, is it enough to put Punk away? And no! 2 3/4, Punk able to kick out at 2 3/4, and the refs getting a lot of shit this week from the competitors saying they're counting slow. I didn't think that was a slow count. Oh, and Punk muscling Rybak over his shoulders. Oh, a knee right to the face. Is that enough? Oh, he might have knocked him out clean here. Oh, and Rybak able to kick out at the last second. Hobo Nation showing determination to be the hardcore champion. And now Punk climbing to the middle turnbuckle, leaping off the middle rope with elbow smashes. Showboating. You know what how I feel about showboating, honkies. And see, if you would have gone right for the cover, you punk ass, you may have just beaten that maniac known as Rybak. But now he's scooping the big man up, and the big man's power just too much for Punk. And he came up big with that reverse DDT 2 count, and he kicks out at 2. Punk kicked out at 2. Punk showing why he's the hardcore champion, able to absorb those. I mean, if you guys only understood that you could hear the blows Rybak is inflicting on CM Punk, and Punk is still able to function and kick out of those, I mean, rocking elbows. It's incredible. CM Punk showing his tenacity and power here as the hardcore champion. Double kick to the chest of Rybak. Rybak, I don't think that's going to be enough, but you never know. Oh, and Rybak kicking out at 2 2/4. That was a slow 2 count. In my opinion, that was a slow count. Dropping the knee to the back of the head is Punk. Rybak would like nothing more than to take the hardcore title here from CM Punk. Oh, I think he might have busted CM Punk open. He got a lot of height on that knee drop. And again, with all those powerful elbow, he did. He pumped. He broke. He busted CM Punk open hard. And going outside is Rybak, going for the goodies. What's he going for? It sounds like a table. He's got a table. Rybak's got a table. I don't like where this is going, Hobo Nation. And CM Punk now is hurt in a bad way, and another rocking kind of DDT there. Rybak going for the cover, abandoning the table. Punk is stunned here and able to kick out as the hardcore champion. Rybak still shocked. He cannot believe it. Frankly, I can barely believe it myself, Hobo Nation. Double kick to the face of Rybak, and Punk picking up the pace here, showing his quickness. That's what he's going to need to beat Rybak. Coming up with a reverse elbow to the sternum. Wow, great height on that, but not enough to keep the big man down. CM Punk Now it's just it's devolving, this match is devolving into a brawl. And power over power. Oh, a nice reversal there by CM Punk. A Northern Light suplex rocking Rybak down onto the mat. And the Hardcore Champion stalking his prey here. Punk now, fireman's carry on Rybak. Going for that knee to the face, and he busted Rybak open on that. This might be it. Rybak looks like he's out. Oh, and CM Punk defeats Rybak. CM Punk retains the HWA Hardcore Championship in a thrilling defeat of Rybak with that humongous knee to the forehead, knocking Rybak clean out and busting the big man open. Here's a nice short arm clothesline out of the corner. Rybak showing his power here, coming up with a thundering Samoan bomb. And Punk, there you go, knee to the top of the head, busting Rybak open, knocking the big man clean out in this hardcore title match, and a successful title defense by CM Punk. Congratulations to you. A great performance here by Rybak, coming up a little short, challenging our future rival, CM Punk. Wow, great match here. Nice hardcore title defense by CM Punk. There you are, ladies and gentlemen, your winner, CM Punk. All right, Hobo Nation, that leads us to our final match of the evening, the main event. And how are we going to close it up? We're going to close it up in stellar fashion, perpetuating the tag team division. As always, we are here in the HWA, the New Day. Kofi Kingston, Big E with Xavier Woods at ringside, going to learn what it feels like to go up against the legendary Hart Foundation. Winners of the Dusty Road Tag Team Classic here in the HWA. What a great return for the Hart Foundation. I am looking forward to this match, Hobo Nation. While we're on the topic of the tag team division, remember this Saturday night main event, the sexiest night of the week here in Sunburn City. It will be for the tag team titles. The Usos challenging American Alpha. But enough of the hype, let's keep the action moving. New Day, Hart Foundation, up next. Here we go, the bell rings. It's Kingston versus Neidhart. Power versus speed. And Neidhart now already physically dominating Kofi. And a shoulder tackle on Kofi Kingston. And Neidhart stomping away. There's that power of Jim Neidhart. Look at that. Look at the size of Jim Neidhart. Cobra clutch. Dropping him on the backside again is Jim Neidhart. Throwing Kofi across the ring. And the Hart Foundation, since coming back to wrestling, coming back to the HWA here, they have been on top of their game, and aggression is an understatement. And a nice shoulder swinging face buster there by Kofi Kingston. A double knife edge chop on Jim the Anvil Neidhart. You could hear that. And Xavier Woods pumping the crowd up, and the New Day taking it to the Hart Foundation. I knew this was going to be a classic match when I saw the card, and that it was time for these two teams to tackle for one another. I was excited. And Kofi now coming to the top, but the Hitman's over there, pushing Kingston off the top rope is Bret the Hitman Hart. And the Hart Foundation showing you why they're one of the best. And Neidhart slow to get up, and Kingston spearing Bret Hart off of the apron. Wow, what a great move there by Kofi, showing his aggression. The New Day, not a team to be taken lightly, and the Hart Foundation in trouble here. Drop toe hold by the quicker Kofi Kingston on Jim the Anvil Neidhart. Alou and Neidhart able to move out of that elbow drop, coming up with hard shots, and a fireman's carry by Kofi, slowing Neidhart down. I don't know if you can get much slower than an anvil, but we'll see, Hobo Nation. The New Day needing to pick up a big victory here against the Hart Foundation, and vis-a-vis for the Hart Foundation, double leapfrog into a tornado elbow on Jim Neidhart, and Kofi Kingston going for the cover, not even enough to get a 1 count from the ref. And Neidhart can take a lot of punishment, and the Hart Foundation is in trouble against the New Day today. Neidhart taking those straight elbows to the face by Kofi Kingston, and Kofi picking up the pace here. New Day, leg drop to the abdomen, leaping double leg drop to the abdomen of Jim Neidhart, and Kofi got Anvil on the defensive today. Kofi now getting some help from Big E, pushing Anvil down. What's Kofi going to do here? Stomping away, stomping a mud hole into Jim the Anvil Neidhart. Repeated shots to the chest. And now Big E going to town on Jim Neidhart. Big E stomping a mud hole in Jim Neidhart. And there you go. Round and round she goes. And just vicious stomps. And the referee with tons of leniency here on the double team by Kofi Kingston and Big E. Nice maneuver there on Jim Neidhart, and Big E going for the cover here. Will it be enough to take out Neidhart? And it's not. The Hitman wisely coming in just in case. And Big E staring down the Hitman, and the Hitman not backing down ever. And a nice go behind there. This is going to be power for power, but the fresher, bigger Big E manhandling Jim Neidhart a bit. Stomping in the back of the head. Big E, one of the strongest men in the world, officially wrenching the neck, the top of the head there, and knees to the face. Break the hold for Jim Neidhart, who needs to make a tag. And Big E getting those shots blocked, and Jim Neidhart is a big, tough man. Scooping up Big E and draping him over the top rope is Jim the Anvil Neidhart. Coming up in a big way against the bigger Big E, and a half Boston Crab here. This is just buying Neidhart some time. I don't think Big E's going to tap here, and I think Neidhart knows that, but he needs a little time to recover. And that kick pushes Neidhart closer to his partner. Bret Hart trying to motivate Jim Neidhart to get it with it and make a tag, and the New Day dominating Jim Neidhart, who's been able to mount sections of offense here against both Big E and Kofi Kingston, but not enough to be able to make a tag. And a standing belly to belly, throwing Jim Neidhart overhead is Big E. What a great showing so far here against the Hart Foundation. The New Day, definitely one of the top contenders to the tag titles. Not in the top 5 yet, but neither is the Hart Foundation. Hence the need for these kinds of matches during the house shows. Hobo Nation propelling things up the ranks, propelling wrestlers up the ranks, keeping the action moving, and a Cobra clutch, a surprise Cobra clutch on Big E, and an arm drag takedown. Those big arms and shoulders of Big E. Man, Anvil looked like he had one hell of a time getting that Cobra clutch-like maneuver on Big E, but Neidhart Irish whipped hard into the corner, and Kofi back in. And the New Day doing a little double team work. Great move there. Driving the face and chest of Jim the Anvil Neidhart hard to the mat. And Kofi going for the cover, but the Hitman in there to break up the count. And quick to escape the ring too. Escaping the wrath of both Kofi and Big E is the Hitman. The Hitman needs to get into the ring, and that shoulder tackle on Kofi Kingston, and Neidhart still not making a tag here. I don't understand why. Going for some big move here on Kingston. Oh, he's going for that scoop power slam. That scoop up power slam. Jim the Anvil Neidhart dragging Kofi Kingston to the corner of the Hart Foundation. Now, possibly going for a cover. He should have been going for a tag. And Kofi almost barely able to get a shoulder up. What the hell's happening? What's going on here? Jim Neidhart and Bret Hart seem to be having some type of argument. And a clubbing right, stomping to the top of the head. Jim Neidhart now. Bret Hart not willing to come into the match, wanting Neidhart to do a little bit more damage to Kingston. That was a little strange there. I've never seen the Hart Foundation do that before, but they make a smooth tag there. And finally, Bret Hart in the match, coming up with an uppercut to the midsection, scooping Kofi Kingston Up is the Hitman, draping him over the top rope. Kingston now in a bad way against Bret Hart. Not a great place to be. I mean, Bret Hart is the excellence of execution. Coming up to the top, to the middle turnbuckle here. Leaping elbow drop. Classic Bret Hart off the middle rope. Can you imagine what would happen here if the Hart Foundation knocks off the New Day? It would at least, in my eyes, bring them up 2 spots in the contention for the tag team titles. And going for a backslide neck breaker. He was trying for a backslide there, but Bret Hart not allowing it. So Kingston hitting a neck breaker instead. And Kofi Kingston coming up with shots, forearm shots to the side of the face of Bret Hart. Tossing the Hitman from there. Going up top is Kingston with a huge drop fist. A great fist to the face of Hart. And Hart now getting rocked by the faster, more creative Kingston. And he stomped him right in the face. 2, and the Hitman kicking out at 2. The Hitman's the freshest man in this match. Both Kofi and Big E have taken a bit of damage from the anvil, but the anvil still gonna need to stay on the apron for a bit. Kofi's speed playing a factor here, and the Hitman is stunned, and 2 giant legs to the abdomen of Bret Hart and Kingston. Showboating a bit. Oh, a step up in Saguri. A step up in Saguri by Kofi Kingston. Good night, Bret Hart. This might be all she wrote. Bret Hart is not moving. It looks like he was knocked out clean by Kofi Kingston. And, Anvil came to save it, but Bret Hart still had the wherewithal and that veteranness to roll his shoulder off the apron. Kofi coming up with a swanton off the apron. He's coming up with these big, high-risk, high-impact moves, and now tagging in Big E. Kofi Kingston going to the outside, and Bret Hart is down and hurt, and Big E is circling his prey. Face a jawbreaker by Bret Hart, stopping Big E from coming up with any type of moves and hitting Big E with a low blow. Come on. A low blow on Big E and Bret Hart. Nothing excellent about that. Going for a pin here. Bret Hart and Jim Neidhart desperate to make waves in the tag team division here in the HWA. Taking shortcuts against the New Day. Raking to the face there of Big E and a go behind stomp to the leg by Big E, reversing the excellence of execution. But Bret Hart, a faster man than Big E, and Big E's stronger. Look at that. Picking him up and a backdrop. Picking him up and a back body drop by Big E's coming up large. Here comes Big E on the Hitman. And Bret Hart does not want to enrage the beast known as Big E. Tagging in Kofi Kingston. And now the New Day really picking the pace up and coming up with that shoulder chop on the Hitman. And Bret Hart face planted by the New Day. This could be it. Oh, and Bret Hart kicks out at 2 3/4. Oh, shiitake mushrooms, Hobo Nation. I can't believe Bret Hart was able to kick out of that, and Kofi missing that elbow drop from the middle turnbuckle, and the excellence of execution, able to recover rather quickly, being as fresh as he is. A standing leg drop. The Hitman taking a little bit of a showboating break here is Bret Hart. You know how I feel about showboating, honkies. Get with it, Bret Hart. And now stalking Kofi Kingston is the Hitman. Oh, what's he? Oh, he's going for a sharpshooter. He's going for the sharpshooter on Kofi Kingston. And Bret Hart has it cinched in perfectly in the middle of the ring. And Kofi taps out. Kofi Kingston taps out on the sharpshooter. Holy shiitake mushrooms. What an upset. In my eyes, this is the Hart Foundation coming up big against the New Day. And Bret Hart making Kofi Kingston tap out. There you go. Big power. Belly-to-belly overhead slam there from Big E on Jim Neidhart. And Neidhart, I see now the strategy the Hart Foundation employed. Jim Neidhart able to absorb the most punishment from both men And he was in there most of the match, allowing the New Day to wear themselves out, and the Hitman came in and picked the bones clean, taking Kofi Kingston out with the sharpshooter. Bret the Hitman Hart, the excellence of execution. Congratulations to the Hart Foundation, coming up big in this tag team main event here. HWA House Show Season 1, Episode 17. Thank you, YouTube, and thank you, Hobo Nation, for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow with Season 1, Episode 18. Keep the action moving.